もう全員じゃねえ。今は伏黒だ。その話受けてやる。
The world is obsessed with the spark. We are told from birth that greatness is a gift, a divine light bestowed upon the chosen few. In the world of sorcery, your bloodline is your destiny. Your talent is your currency. But what happens when the universe gives you absolutely nothing? What happens when you are born into a house of giants as a ghost with no voice? Most men would let that silence consume them. Most men would spend their lives in a prison of bitterness, begging for a scrap of recognition. But Toji Fushiguro did something far more dangerous. He embraced the void. He looked at the zero and realized it was his greatest weapon. Toji was born into the Zenin clan, a dynasty built on the arrogance of power. In their eyes, Toji wasn't just a failure. He was an impossibility. He possessed no cursed energy, no technique, no magic. He was a human error in a divine system. But here is the core of the SoulClash. When society rejects you, they lose their power over you. They can no longer control what they do not value. Toji understood the Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control better than any sorcerer in existence. He realized that cursed energy was a fate he could not change, but his physical vessel was a domain he could dominate. He didn't waste a single heartbeat praying for a gift. Instead, he engaged in a brutal reconstruction of his own existence. He turned his attention to the only thing he truly owned: his flesh, his bone, and his will. Through a heavenly restriction, he traded his soul for a body that could rewrite the laws of nature. This wasn't luck. This was thousands of hours of training in the dark, where no one was watching. He turned his muscles into steel, his reflexes into lightning, and his senses into a radar so sharp he could feel the temperature of a shadow. He didn't just train to be strong, he trained to be a predator of gods. In the philosophy of the warrior, there is no room for ego. Toji Fushiguro is the embodiment of efficient lethality. While his opponents were blinded by their fancy techniques and their divine lineage, Toji was a ghost. He was invisible to their radar because he had no spark to detect. He became a master of the invisible world. He realized that talent is often a cage. It makes you soft, arrogant, and predictable. But the man who has nothing has to learn everything. He mastered every tool, every weapon, and every tactical advantage. He didn't fight to be honored. He fought to be effective. Look at the way he carries himself. There is no desire to be liked, no need for validation. This is the Stoic citadel in action. Toji didn't need the Zenin clan to tell him he was a warrior. He knew he was a nightmare. In your own life, you might feel like you are starting at zero. You feel the sting of rejection from people who think they are superior. Good. Use that silence to build. While the world is posting their highlights and seeking cheap applause, you stay in the shadows. Let them believe you are nothing. Let them underestimate the man who has replaced his emotions with discipline. The gifted are fragile because they have never known true struggle. Their power was handed to them on a silver platter. But a man like Toji, he was forged in the fire of absolute rejection. He is the sorcerer killer because he is the only one who understands the truth. All the magic in the world cannot save you from a man who has mastered himself. He proved that a disciplined human who has stared into the void and didn't blink is more terrifying than any curse. Potential is a lie that lazy men tell themselves to feel special. Toji had no potential in the eyes of his peers, so he went out and carved his own reality with his bare hands. He didn't wait for permission to be great. He took it by force. He hunted down the chosen ones and showed them that their gods could bleed. He showed them that the zero they looked down upon was actually the end of their era. Ask yourself today, are you waiting for a sign, or are you building your temple? Are you complaining about the cards you were dealt, or are you learning how to play the game better than anyone else? You are the architect of your own restriction. You can let your limitations be your cage, or you can let them be the reason you become a legend. The world will try to label you. They will try to keep you in the box of average. Do not argue with them. Stay silent. Work until your presence alone changes the temperature of the room. Stop wishing for a miracle. Go to the gym. Read the hard books. Master the skills that everyone else is too weak to learn. Like Toji, you must become the anomaly in the system. The throne is empty and it doesn't care about your talent. It only cares about who is willing to take it. Welcome to SoulClash. The hunt begins now.